In part two, what you have done or what you want to do in your future. This kind of question is going to be asked in part two. Part three, discussion with the examiner. In this part, society related information based on your own perception and on your thoughts. Like, what do you think? Parents should give gifts to their children or not? Now, the thoughts is you would say, I think, and my perception, according to me. But you discuss something about society in part three. Again, let me make it more simple. In part first, you discuss only yourself. In part first of while speaking, you discuss only yourself. Once I was taking online classes and I asked the student that please tell me what time you go to bed. And I asked all the students to switch on the cameras, and he switched on the camera and he was staring me like this. I said, please tell me what time you go to sleep, what time you go to bed. And he was looking at this. He was not speaking. And the other person said, sir, he is already sleeping. And then I said, please answer me. What time you go to bed? And then he said, I go to bed at 8 p.m. and my father go to bed at 10 p.m. And now this doesn't sound good. Like I asked about him, what time you go to bed? And he was talking about his father routine. Now, in part first, you should not discuss your sibling, father, your friend, relative, anyone. In part first, examiner is 100% interested and in a wish and in a desire to know only about the personality of yourself, who you are, right? Who are you? You are supposed to talk about only I. Who am I? And you would say, my first name, right? What is your full name? My full name is this. My full name is Iqbal Raza. You may call me Iqbal. Now, some students say, but sir, you can call me Iqbal. Look at the past papers. I'm going to share some of the sources for speaking exams, predictable topics for upcoming months, and say those are highly predicted and those are going to be inshallah counted in the speaking part. That I'm sure that inshallah those questions will be asked from you and your speaking exams. Now, anyhow, look at this part from Germany and from Australia. The first four questions are similar. In the whole world, all the speaking exams of IELTS are having first four questions similar. What is your full name? Match your ID card. Where are you from? Do you work or study? Same. Remaining parts is different. But remaining part is also based on your personality I. Do you usually wear a watch? Or the right side paper question right here you can see. Do you prefer studying in the evening? Are do most people in your country wear watch? Sorry, this one is now a little bit. Why do most people like to wear expensive watches? But again, now it is this is a very rare situation where the people up word is used in part first. Otherwise, I can show you hundreds of papers I would share with you guys. Now let me show you here on the screen as well. You can see all the parts. Part first would be containing only you. Let's see. South Africa, Kuwait. Are you reading a book presently? Would you like? Would you like? Do you enjoy? Do you like? Do you now? What type of books do you read? Right now. So overall, what was the last time you were in a street market? Right. So overall, actually, in part first, examiner is gonna be interested 100% in your personality. And if you are talking about someone else, it would not, it would be not fair. It would be like the discussion would be randomly considered about here and there, right? So you must answer only about yourself, who you are. An examiner want you to only discuss about yourself. Now, next, speaking part first contains two bands. Speaking part two contains five bands. Speaking part three contains two bands. Collectively, nine bands. Right? Now, part first contains how many questions? If I ask you, part first contains around about 8 to 12 questions maximum. Let me come to the upcoming before front slides. 1 minute. Yeah, part first contains how many questions? You can directly answer 5 questions on sorry, 8 to part first, 8 to 12 questions maximum. Part 2 contain one question along with three small parts. Cue card, right? Here is in front of you, cue card. Talk about someone you really like to spend time with, who the person, how you know, how you know him, or what you usually do together. Now, three small parts, one large question. Cue card. Now, part three contains round about 4 to 6 questions. Some paper 4, some paper 6, some paper 7 or 8 maximum. So maximum ratio of the question is maximum 21-22. Your mind should be ready for that. That maximum questions I can face from the examiner side for 8.5 band 22. For 7, or if your responses would be normal, examiner can ask you maximum 17, 16 questions minimum, right? 14 to 15 to 16, like in this ratio. Average question ratio 14, 15, 16. All the questions would be very easy, very simple, very short, very understandable, right? For example, part first, if we talk, part first, part first questions would be like, now, what is your full name? From the very first question, like the first 4 questions are similar, then what examiner is going to be observed? Examiner ने क्या observe करना है? जब first 4 questions है ही similar, what is your full name? My COD card. At here, your first response is gonna to be started in front of the examiner. Like, what is your full name? Some students say, my full name is Hira Imran. You can call me Hira. Some others would say, my full name is Raja Israr, but sir, you can call me Israr, right? This both of the responses were not fine. You should answer in this way. The first question, my full name is Raja Israr Zahur. You may call me Israr. You may. At here, the first answer should be having may. May for a formal. Like for first 4 questions at least, the answer response should be in your mind. How I should answer, how I supposed to answer in a more formal and respective way to do not show your disrespect. If you say, you can call me, it is not a kind of respect. You're not giving an honor to examiner, right? Now you should say, you may call me. And within between that, you should not use and but. Directly say, my name is Hira Imran. My full name is Hira Imran. You may call me Hira. My full name is Khadija Bajwa. You may call me Khadija. My full name is Iqbal Raza. You may call me Iqbal, right? You may. May I see your ID card? Now, some students, yes, here. Why not? Like little, make it formal. Yes, sure. Why not? Here it is. Yes, sure. Why not? Here it is, right? Just learn it. Just do little practice on these 4. Fine. Then focus on the remaining part. Actually, the remaining part is important, but this one should not be deleted or neglected. Means you should also focus on it to make it perfect. Now, where are you from? Where are you from? Now, the answer basically belong to wherever you belong to. Like, for instance, if this Raja Israr is might be not correct, but if Raja Israr is from Kashmir, Rawalakot, I basically belong to Rawalakot, the place located in Kashmir, but currently I'm living here in Islamabad. Enough. If you belong to the city from where you are gonna take IELTS exam, like let's suppose Islamabad, and Islamabad is your city, you can say, I belong to Islamabad, and yeah, I basically belong to Islamabad, which is the capital of Pakistan. That is fine enough, right? Now, simple one sentence or 2 sentence for first part. For the whole first part, the first 4 questions especially must be one answer, one sentence. For the remaining 4 questions, behind your personality, your first introduction, what is your full name? 2 sentence. Match your ID card, 1 sentence. Where are you from? 1 sentence. Do you work or study? 1 sentence. Only 1 sentence enough. Do not go in ground, background, history, tradition, and some other things like where do you work or study, and now you're discussing about your timetable that 2 p.m. I'm studying, at 3 p.m. I'm gonna do this thing, at 4 p.m. I get relaxed, at 5 p.m. I go to outside for a walk, and at 6. No, do not. And do you work or study? If you are studying, mention, um, currently in the current scenario I'm studying this very field. Fine, enough. This is only your personal introduction. Do you work or study? Currently I'm doing a work in this very field. Fine. Do not, this is not important to discuss your field now, like what is it all about. Just mention work or study, mention it, mention. This is enough, right? Because question asking you, only mention this. Do you work or study? Mention work or study. Fine, enough. Now your target is started. In IELTS speaking exam, after first 4 questions, your target is started. How to answer for each single question. Now, let's suppose the question is, do you usually wear a watch? Now you're supposed to answer for it accurately. An IELTS speaking exam, part first mostly contains like word and usually. Look, let me search out it here. Yeah, this part is not having it, but uh 85-90% chances are there that this part can have like word roundabout maximum situation. Now if the examiner use like word, you should say I prefer, right? Instead the synonym, you should say I am a lover of it, lover of it. Right, like why do most people now, why do you like to wear a watch, right? You can say to be honest, I'm really a lover of it, right? Now like this kind, lover, or I prefer it. Now anyhow, the question is, do you usually wear a watch? Instead of usually, you can say mostly, oftenly, often, sometimes, right? The roundabout and maximum situation, scenario, right? Any other word you're supposed to use. Why? You show your command that I'm having this much good command. I can use some other words instead of using the similar words of examiner. I can use some other words instead of using the similar words of examiner. Instead of using like, L-I-K-E, I can use prefer. Instead of using prefer, I can use like, right? Just exchange some of the words to show your beautiful commands, right? Now, examiner would also consider this person is having very nice command. He can or she can answer maybe and some other words very quickly, right? Accurately. Okay. Now, uh, do you really wear a watch? To be honest, I'm really a lover of watch. I do like to wear watch because it makes me punctual. Fine, enough, right? Do not go for some other information like, and I do like if somebody gives a watch as a gift to me, and most of the time, I also give a watch as a gift to others. Now, if you shared the other last sentences with the question, do you usually wear a watch? Now, the next question is, do you ever get a watch as a gift? And now you'd say, as I already told you, that I really like if somebody gives a watch as a gift to me. So why you already told him in the previous question? Because previously question was only asking about you that do you wear or not? And you were talking about gifts, right? Now, I hope it is little bit going to be clear to you that in part first, never jump here and there, only focus on the question, understand the question, answer for the question. Only focus on the question, understand the question, answer for the question. Do not go here and there. Just only question. 3 sentences, more than enough. For part first, 3 sentences, 4 sentences, the very maximum ratio, maximum line. Most of the time students don't understand the question and they say here and there information, and when they see their result, they by themselves will be shocked, right? So now therefore, yes, Fazine, are you getting something?
No,
Yes, yes. If anybody is having any problem.
no, sir.
Okay, okay, good. All right, now for part, we were having a discussion that how to improve IELTS speaking exam, how to get the best, What are the sources to be work on to get 7.5 8 band in speaking exam? And this is actually in the whole IELTS exam. IELTS speaking is the module where a 0% level student can get the best score. If one thing he improved, I guarantee, if one thing she improved, I guarantee that anybody can get the best score in IELTS speaking exam, right? And that thing is to avoid pauses. What does it mean? The pauses in English language, it means to use answers with, like, when somebody asks you question, these are now Q cards question of March 2023 exams, all of these. Now, if somebody asks you, describe an occasion when you made a decision to wait for something, and now you're saying, thank you for asking such a nice question. I recently was in the occasion when I made a decision, or when I made an appointment to wait for something very important. I was waiting for that, and and then it was important actually, and my friends were coming, and now either using and or using this is called passes. Give me guarantee to not use pass. Delete some 4 5 words I'm mentioning right now. Delete these 4 5 words in upcoming days. This week is only for this I'll speaking. Next week would be at 10 p.m. Next would be for IELTS listening at 10 p.m., right? And 10 p.m. next to after listening would be IELTS writing. Now, anyhow, it here, I'm mentioning some words, delete those words. I'm mentioning some sources, work on those sources. If you did not improve in 2 weeks, then ask me that you told us something wrong, right? You taught us something wrong. Okay, then I would be responsible for that. What to be deleted for that from the speaking? Let me write it here. Delete your word so. Delete your word then. Delete your word but. Delete your word and. Like when you speak, describe a piece of clothing that you like very much. Oh, really? I really like this formal dress. It seems very professional to me, and when I wear it, I really like it. But I also like the simple dress as well. So it makes me relax. So when I go outside, so I feel very good. So then, right? Try to delete these words. When you use so far, when you lack ideas, anybody lacks idea, anybody lack fluency, he is very, you know in a very hurry to use directly right, now this is not fair, right? Try to delete from your speaking. This is not fair. Try to delete from your speaking. This is not fair. Try to delete from speaking. This is not fair. Try to delete. Okay, what to do? Also try to delete pauses in your speaking. But how to delete? I'm mentioning here. So then, some students stick to so, some others to then, some others to but, and some others to and some others with very good news. Some others, when you ask question from them, what is it? Tell me about your hometown. Well, my hometown is very far green, and it is very outstanding. I really love it. Okay, what is it famous for? Well, it is famous for greenery. What sports do you like? Well, the sports I like is cricket and football. Okay, do you like to watch your favorite sport? Well, I like to. Now all the questions would be 22 maximum questions. Thanks God that what is your full name? He would not have started with well, my full name is, but remaining all questions, well. So when you think about the whole situation by your own self, you'd realize that this was not fine, right? Something was lacking. Why? Only so, then, and passes means like you are jumping and breaking, your fluency by your own when you are talking and speaking, right? So what is the problem and how to improve it? This is our challenge, right? This is our target. for IELTS speaking exam. Now I'm mentioning some of the sources. Yeah, we will discuss each one, how to start answer, how to close answer, how to continue answer, how to prolong answer, how to make it more impressive, how to make it more interesting, how to make it more professional, how to make it more formal, right? What are the problems? We will discuss slowly and gradually. But right now, what should be avoided? Try to avoid it 100%. These five, four, well, so, then, but, and pauses. These few. And now how to avoid this? We are having these sources I'm mentioning. Yes, number first, daily basis. If you are having this book, fine. If you don't have, ask me. I would share with you on WhatsApp, through WhatsApp. Maker book, number first. Try to go on daily basis to Maker book. Next is your three topics, three cue card topics from Maker book. Let me show you also on the screen. If somebody is having, very good. If somebody doesn't have, I shared with some of the students. Now with the others, I would share the speaking materials. This is your Maker book, and let me show how to go through that. Maker book is written by Indian writer. Now, yes, let's suppose you are having these topics, cue cards only, cue cards. Okay, few of the cue cards. One, two, one, two, one, two, one, two, roundabout. How many cue cards are there? 88 cue cards. But the most important cue cards, the most important cue cards. Your speaking exam is having questions from these questions, right? You are speaking. So try to do not miss any of the cue card question from here. Okay. India, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh. You can read on the top. Anyhow, you read this question. Describe something that you did with someone, uh, sorry, when you did with someone, a group of people. Describe a daily routine that you enjoy. Now you read this question, and the answer would be on page number 4, on page number 14, on page number 17, like the following current situation, right? Let me see, let me show you page number 14. And now on page number 14, you see the same question. Describe something that you did with someone or a group of, you should say what it was, how did it. Now from here you're starting one of the most memorable. Now, why to read it? Why to read it? First thing, in IELTS speaking, the person would never be able to answer, who would not be having any idea. Now, first thing you would think about idea, then you translate it to English, and then you would say it. And when you would say it, that moment you would break the rules. You would use so, you would use you would use the, then you would use and, you would use but, and you would say, I'm finished, I'm done, that is all. This kind of negative response phrases, and you would be having like a hesitation, you would be lacking confidence, many problems. Why? Because of one reason. At here, having no information in mind, and now thinking about that, collecting information, saying to examiner, this is like thinking about information, collecting that, translating from your native tongue to ESL, English as a second learning language. ESL means English as a second learning language, and then sharing with the examiner, having a lot of grammatical problems, mistakes, minor mistakes, right? Students also know that this is mistake, but why he would make? Because of lacking of confidence that time, that, oh my God, I'm thinking about one sentence, but what about the second sentence? How to prolong my answer, right? So first of all, try to get information from the relevant source. Maker book is the top most outstanding book from which I also predict topics, and I'm 100% sure on that, that the questions come from those. Right? I have predicted some of the topics, and recent exams, many of my students face the same questions which I predicted for IELTS speaking and IELTS writing. In essays and in Q card 2 and in part 3 and in part first, many students face the same questions which I recently also predicted. I would share again with you people. Try to go for those questions which I predicted also. But Maker book, the first source, Maker book, right? Now, how to read? You read this one part question from one page, then second page. Now, fine. Now move to the second question. Describe a daily routine. Now you would be having some idea about daily routine. If daily routine related question would be asked from you, you would be able to answer because you would be having some information in your mind. Do not remember it. Do not have a ratta, etc. on it, right? Do not just go through like a parrot on it. Just get an idea. What can I share about that, right? for your information to store that in your mind, so you'd be able to share that, right? Now, in upcoming guys speaking classes, I really like when you people would talk more, so I would ask you many questions and you'd also answer me. So that would be a kind of more interesting, and I would share also very, very important points like this. It might be important for you, inshallah. Now, the first source for speaking is MakerBook. On daily basis, you must go through three topics, three cue cards from MakerBook to have some good information. So you would be able to prolong. Students claim that, sir, we were unable to prolong our answer. Now, I don't know what would happen. And when the result come out, the score would be 6, right? Not, not more than that. Why? Because problems in prolonging, right? Now, next is your 42 topics for IELTS speaking exam. 42 topics on daily basis, 42 topics, sorry, there are 42 topics, the list PDF file, from that only two topics. From MakerBook, only three topics, only three cue cards daily. It would take around about 10 minutes. It would take also 10 minutes, right? Two topics from 42. It would be also covered in 20 days. It would be also covered in some of the 20 days, like around about that, right? You can improve it, you can increase it if you are free, right, some other time. So increase it to 4 or 5 topics on daily basis. If you want your improvement 100%, improve it, just increase it, but do not give it a gap, right? Gap is virus hangs computer. This gap is gonna hang your fluency. Now your fluency would be lacking, your idea would be lacking, and then you would claim, I don't know why I'm not improving. I don't know why I cannot speak fluently. I can understand grammar. I know tenses. And I understand also what you are saying, sir, in English class, and also I'm understanding listening audios of IELTS listening, but I'm unable to have fluency. I don't know why. Uh, so the why I'm mentioning, to work on it, you would improve within 2 weeks only, right? Next, 42 topics, MakerBook. Past papers. I have shared past papers of recent 5 years, past papers of IELTS, only IELTS, right? Like in this form. These are also very interesting, like in this form, right? In front of you, this is Germany, Australia's a past paper, right? One side Germany, the other side Australia. Now, this kind of two past papers you should go through on daily basis and try to also, uh, you know, just make the answers in your mind. Make the answers in your mind. Now from Iran, yeah, Iran, September. Now, 1, 2, 3. What are the questions? What are the parts? What are they asking? Right? And try to just make notes, make information answers in your mind, right? Before going to that. Okay. So this is like the strategy, 42 topics, two topics from 42, three topics from cue cards, maker book, two past papers, and the fourth number strategy for improvement of speaking, fourth number strategy is to speak daily. Speak daily, the most important part, for 30 minutes, minimum 30 minutes. If your level is not good, minimum less, for less 30 minutes, at least minimum 30 minutes, maximum more than 30 minutes, unlimited time, right? 1 hour or more, right? Because English is ESL, second, English is a second learning language. You must work for it. You must speak on daily basis with someone, then it would improve, right? So this is your strategy, how to improve it, how to go through it. And now I would like to utilize and energize you people as well at the end of this session. So let me energize you people. Raja Israr, are you here? Or Khadija Bajwa? Raja Israr, are you here? Or Khadija Bajwa?
Yes, sir.
Who is answering me? Who is here? Okay. Raja Israr,
Yes, sir.
do you like watch your favorite sport on TV or in a stadium?
I
And
like
studying.
sports.
I
इस
prefer
जी जी इसरार बोले.
I prefer to watch sports in studying.
On a stadium?
In the stadium, yeah,
In a stadium, in a
on
stadium,
stadium.
in a stadium. अच्छा, यहाँ पे why भी mention है, तो क्यों? जी, Yes.
Because there is a full of joy
Good, ठीक है,
of
सही है,
the
right? अच्छा, ये Fazeen, are you here? Good. Fazeen, are you here? Or Iqbal, Raza, are you here?
Yes, sir.
Good, good. Okay. Question for you is, can people in your country buy a house easily?
Yes, sir. People buy house easily in my country.
Yeah, but they cannot live in that, right? Sometimes they run to England, like former prime minister, and sometimes they are going to be prison, like also recent prime minister, right? Okay. Yes. Yes. What
Yeah.
is the okay? What is the difference between homes in city and villages? Anyone? Anyone can answer me? Yes, Imran. Would you like to answer?
Yes, please say the question again.
Yes. What is the difference between homes in city and villages?
Only the different thing which one I can see, because the village house in the village is very different, but in the city is very different as well. In the village, the people have like poor people have a different house. The rich people have like very big house, and that's the only different things. I think the cities most people like the DHA or Barrier and the old people have the same place.
Good,
Most people
good.
have same
Yes,
houses.
yes. You are having information in your mind. Good. Very nice. Okay. Yes, I'm asking you people directly, so be ready. Fazine, are you here? Okay, there's another person. What are the advantages of disadvantages owning a home? 1 minute, let me change the questions. Just let me ask from here. Okay, this another student. Yes, Hira Imran. Yes, are you here?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Okay. Do you prefer studying in the morning or in the evening?
I prefer study in the morning
Why?
because in the morning my mind is very fresh,
Good, good.
so I like at the
Yes,
time.
yes, very nice. Okay. For this few people level, you need little bit polish only, right? And also share all of you requirement of the score